All right, episode 38 of the Erick and Brad Show. ErickandBradShow@gmail.com is our email. We got a great show for you guys today. Later in the show, Eric's going to be getting a tattoo of the logo of the show on his back. Then I'm going to be doing a shot in a shot glass of a COVID vaccine. And then after that, we're going to have a competition who can fit the most quarters in their mouth. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. The best way to support the show is to hit follow or subscribe wherever you listen or watch. If you're like, oh no, I don't follow or subscribe, I just listen for each episode. It actually helps more if you hit follow or subscribe. I'm pretty sure. I think so. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. How was the week?
Oh, it was fine. It was a fine week. I started back up on listening to political talk radio.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's why you're so grumpy. That's why he had such a grumpy intro.
It was stressing me out all week long.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, that's good news. I don't know why you're getting back into that. It seems like a really bad week to get into political talk radio.
Well, it was a big political week, and I was curious.
I know. I checked out right away. That's exactly. Now it all makes sense. For everyone, there was a little pre-show thing, and Brad was coming in hot. And I was like, what is happening right now? He's so hot right now. And now it all makes sense. It's all coming together. This is exactly why you're all hot. You worked all day. You're listening to fucking... You got something in your ear, just... You come in here just...
And then the right, and then the left, and the right, and the left, and the right,
yeah.
and the left.
And that's why I'm in a good mood. I fucking got in my car and just shut the radio right off. It's like, fuck that.
You and your liberal agenda.
Okay.
Episode 38. Yeah, anyway. It was, so on Wednesday morning, it was the 6th. And I knew that Wednesday morning was going to be, I'm just going to take it political straight away. I knew Wednesday was a big day because they were doing the Georgia runoff votes for the Senate, which is basically, they did an election and it was too close, so they had a runoff, which means they have to do another election. And I was curious what was going to happen. And what happened was both Georgia Senate seats went Democrat, and it's like, whatever, okay, something's gonna happen. That's what happened. And then Wednesday night, there was this whole big protest planned in front of the Capitol building, and people had been gearing up to it since the election. They've been gearing up to it. Trump's tweeting, everyone's tweeting, January 6th, we're having this fucking huge protest, this final showdown. And I'm seeing TikToks of people flying across the country in planes, stop the steal, like chanting on United Airlines while the pilots are trying to take off. And there's all these Facebook things like, we're caravanning from North Dakota to the Capitol on January 9th. Who's coming with us? And I'm like, okay, everyone's gearing up for this. And then it started playing out on, I think it was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday?
That, like I just said, I shut the radio off.
I think it was Wednesday. It was playing out. Yeah, it was Wednesday. And then they were like, oh my God, the Capitol building's been breached. They're doing a coup. It's a hostile takeover. Shots fired. This Capitol building has been breached. And I'm like, what is happening? This is kind of crazy. And then that sort of played out. And then Wednesday morning, and then they're like, okay, the National Guard's been sent out, and Thursday morning, Trump's been a 12-hour ban from Twitter and social media. The social media companies did a 12-hour ban on him, like 4 a.m. Thursday morning, I think. And then it's like, okay, great. They did a 12-hour ban, and then on Thursday, Facebook, which is the company, Facebook owns Instagram too. So on Thursday, Facebook said, you know what we're going to do? Mark Zuckerberg came out and did this huge open letter, and he said, what we're going to do is we're just going to keep him banned until the 20th, until his presidency is actually over. So they did that. And then Friday morning, and I was tuned into political talk radio because I'm like, I'm just curious what the fuck's happening. My boy Michael Smerconish, very good, middle of the road. And Friday morning, Trump comes back on Twitter, and he's banned on the other ones. He comes back on Twitter and starts posting things. Nobody should have done that. We don't want any violence. We love police, law and order. Don't break into the Capitol building. And then yesterday afternoon, Twitter did a permanent ban. The permanent ban. They Alex Jones'd him, right? And people were like, that's kind of weird. And there's a lot of debate going on of if that was a good thing to do. And, right? For me, I still kind of think it's silly that Twitter is like an important place. I still feel like that's kind of a silly thing. Although apparently, according to the rest of the adults in the world, it's not a silly thing. Like, it's a legitimate place to be. And this is coming from me, someone that has tweeted like 15,000 times. So the arguments are that, like, because they said he was inciting violence by ramping up the crowd, ramping up the protesters, being like, we're going to show them all of our force. We're going to do this by fucking, brute force and show them who we are. And they said that was, like, inciting violence. So an argument on the two sides is that Twitter's a private company. They can do whatever they want. It's not censorship. They can ban whoever they want to. It's a private company. Then the other side is that it's hypocritical because apparently other world leaders like Israel and Palestine, for example, leaders over there are basically calling for like genocide or calling for war on Twitter. They're just being like, fuck those people, they're animals, they're not human, it's okay to kill them. Like other world leaders are saying this about other countries, and Twitter's just like, okay. But then when the president of the United States says something, they're just like, okay, permanent ban, Alex Jones style. So that's sort of the argument on each side. It's kind of a weird thing. And for me, it's like, okay, permanent ban on Twitter. It's Twitter. Who gives a fuck? You could find another outlet. And it's the first time a world leader's ever been banned. And that's the argument sort of on the right side or whatever, being like, you guys are being hypocritical, not banning other world leaders that are literally calling for violence, but you're going to ban this one. Is it because the people at Twitter can't read anything other than English, so when it's tweeted in Arabic or something, then they just are like, I don't know what that means. But I don't know.
I mean, do you want to talk about this shit? I'm not super. I could go on. Like,
is it even important? Does it even matter if the president's been banned from Twitter?
It is fucking stupid that that's where we're at. Is it like, as a society, that Twitter is this powerhouse that it is?
That's what I feel.
That political entities like have these huge Twitter.
It's silly.
Like a long time ago, like in 2008, 2009, 2010, I don't know, in that area, when people were first starting to get into Twitter, I didn't even understand what it was, and there was a lot of bans. It'd be like a lot of bans on there, like tweeting their shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. And from the outside, I was like, okay, musicians are on there, and kids posting porn. That's what's on Twitter. Like, I didn't know, but that's what I gathered, that's what was going on. Just pictures of tits and band members flying, showing pictures of them flying across the country and shit like that. And then once it, like, I don't know, 4 years ago, once it became a real fucking thing, it was like, oh, everyone does Twitter. That's how the news, I guess, works now. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. That's number one. It's ridiculous. But the second thing is it's not even an argument that Twitter is fucking biased. And it's stupid that it's like when they went on who's the guy that owns that, or the president of Twitter, or the main guy?
His name's Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey. Like when he's on fucking Rogan and they're like, they essentially had the whole argument, exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded. Like it's a
But it's a private company. It's not even
an argument. It is a private company. It is a private company. It's a good fucking. But to say that they're not just deliberately putting censorship on Republican figureheads, it's just bullshit. Absolutely, they are. It's ridiculous. It's so cut and dry, and they're just like, oh, and then they hide behind these stupid little things. You could name off 1 million fucking posts that have been posted that incite violence, and they just let it fucking slide.
Yeah.
All they're doing is shutting down Republicans. It's not even a debate. That's exactly what they're doing.
But they can do that if they want to.
That is a good fucking point.
Yeah.
I don't, but again, I don't even really care. I just, what gets
I
me
know.
hot and heavy is a 3-hour podcast with Rogan or 4 years of argument over that that there is no censorship over Republican figureheads. Yes, there
Yeah.
is. It is clear as fucking day. They're all liberal. They have an agenda. They're pushing their agenda. It's fucking clear. Google, YouTube. You know what I mean? All these companies are. I do think if we just sit back long enough, they're all going to eat themselves alive because
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous what's going on in these big companies.
So they should just be
I-
like, yeah, we're banning more Republican accounts.
It just,
Fuck
yeah,
you.
at least come out and be honest with what you're fucking doing, you fucking jackasses. Like, I don't know. But
So
then again, I don't.
everyone was making jokes like, "Oh, we're all going back to MySpace. Trump just created a MySpace page." And,
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
when the news hit me I saw a Twitter or a TikTok post, and it was a TikTok of a Twitter, so it was like a Twitter
Yeah.
thing, and it was some. I'm sure you saw it, but it was
yeah,
Trump's fucking face. You know what I mean? And then they just had blotched in a little mustache, and he's like, "Hey, my name's fucking da da da. I'm new to Twitter. What's up?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was, I don't know. I thought that was pretty funny. And then someone explained to me, they're like, "You know, Trump got kicked off Twitter," and I'm like, "Oh shit, that makes that way fucking funnier. That's hilarious."
yeah. Permanent ban. It's all kind of silly. And the other thing is that this whole storming the Capitol, I definitely think that I'm not buying it at all. And I didn't buy it from the beginning.
Oh yeah, are you Alex Jonesing this? That it never even happened?
You're not getting in there unless they let you in there. It's
Yeah.
I don't see
So
what
Man,
the
I
fucking
didn't-
big thing is. Because on the political talk radio, people are saying like it's so traumatizing that we saw like the attempted coup the other day and the attempted hostile takeover. It's like we were watching a coup in a third world country almost. And I'm like, no, it's not. If you're watching a coup in a third world country, they're like in the streets and they have like their politician's head on a stake. That's like what happens. These people were like, it was a photo op. These people were like in there like taking pictures. I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't get in unless they let you in.
I went to my buddy's house the other day, and 2 of them are extremely liberal, like extremely liberal. And they are essentially like, I've heard about what's happening a little bit. I know what happened. I go over to his house, and then everyone gets drinking and fucking talking about it. I kept trying to steer the conversation. I was like, I don't want to talk politics. Can we please not talk politics? And we just kept falling back into politics.
Uh-huh.
And then finally it came out of one of their mouths. They're like, that's fucking white privilege what just happened there. And then I fucking lost it. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. And obviously that's what a lot of people are like painting is this is white privilege. If it was, they're like, it's white privilege that they all go in and no one, that shit just doesn't get shut the fuck down and people get like, the police don't just kill them. I'm like, dude, your argument is that 150 people go into the fucking, whatever, fucking, and
Capitol.
and the Capitol, and fucking the police just don't kill all of them. That's white privilege. I was like, if 150 black people went into the fucking Capitol building and they fucking killed 150 black people, do you not think every city in the United States would burn to the fucking ground within an hour? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And it's like, no, you can't just kill all these people. They're fucking American citizens. It doesn't matter. Whatever. It's a big deal no matter what. If they did that to Trump supporters, big fucking deal if you just go start killing people. Can't fucking do that. They're American citizens. If it was the complete opposite side, you can't just go in and kill people. You know what I mean? If it was a bunch of fucking BLM members or KK or like
Antifa?
Black Panthers or whatever, that went in and did that. If you fucking started shooting people, riots would erupt instantaneously.
Yeah.
Then we got on this whole thing. I don't know. A little side note. That argument somehow ended up at the World Trade Centers going down, and somehow he was saying like they knew that the planes were going to get hijacked, and they'd taken like a bunch of military force, like airplanes, like out of New York State, like that day, like randomly, like we're going down some conspiracy theory like that. And he's like, just so that that the military couldn't respond fast enough for these blah blah blah. And I'm like, wait a second, you're telling me that you think if none of that shit was done, we would have just shot down a commercial airliner before it hit the World Trade Center? I was like,
Yeah.
you're fucking high. Because if we would have woke up on September 11th and the news was that an F-15 fucking blew a commercial airliner out of the fucking sky,
Yeah.
people would have been just as fucking pissed off as if 2,000 people died in a building. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do everything's fucking hindsight 2020. But you're telling me if our military fucking blew up a fucking commercial airliner full of people, people would freak the fuck out?
Okay, freak the fuck out, but not just as mad. But yes, freak
They
the
would
fuck
be.
out.
It would be a very big deal. And if you had to be the guy to call that call to be like, okay, blow that plane up with 100 fucking civilians on it, you know what I mean? You're gonna be the guy to make that call. You're gonna make that call. Fuck off. You know how much trouble you're gonna get into? Because it doesn't matter if you say, no one's gonna know that you saved 2,000 lives. You know what I mean? No one's gonna look at that part. They're all gonna look at the fact that you pulled the trigger on 100 like citizens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, somehow that's relevant to what's happening that happened in Washington, D.C. I was like, dude, you just can't fucking kill people. You know what I mean? Like, if they were a terrorist organization, you know, if they were all Muslim people that like flew in and it was 150 like Al Qaeda there, yeah, fuck yeah, no problem. You can kill all of them. No, each side would be like, fucking yeah, you had to do what you had to do. But
there was nobody there to kill them. It was a photo op. I saw, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. I've seen this thing for a couple weeks now. We're all going to the Capitol January 6th when the Congress is supposed to certify the electoral results. So they knew there was going to be this massive, biggest of all time Republican Trump thing out front of a building that Congress is in, and there was nobody there to stop people from going inside. I saw a cop with a baton, and that's it. And then everybody just walked inside and took pictures. And I'm like, if I were to try to do that, they would shoot me with ARs. There's 50 people there right now providing security. You can't just go in the building. I saw them break one little small window and reach their arm in. It was like Home Alone, and they just walked in. And I'm like,
so
there's nobody there. It's empty.
So are you saying that was like plant, like they just let him in, like intentionally?
Yeah, they let him in.
Before that?
The idiots who were in there wearing clown paint on their faces and bearskins and have spears, those idiots weren't involved in the conspiracy, but somebody just stepped aside and let them in, and there was no security anywhere. I saw three guys wearing business.
Don't even know.
I saw three guys wearing business suits with Glocks, and I'm like, that's your security? You have the vice president and all of Congress, and you have three guys in business suits with Glocks for these 20 idiots that took pictures, and then 30 minutes later they left. They just walked out of the building and we're back on the street, and it's like it looked like political theater to me. Which made me start thinking, if that's true, then how many other events in American history have been staged like that and we just hear about them? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
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 Because you don't get in unless...
I don't fucking know.
And then I was seeing TikToks of them pairing clips from National Treasure with the people in the Capitol building, and Nicolas Cage going over all the security to steal the Declaration of Independence. And then I didn't know if the Declaration of Independence is in the Cap. I don't know if it's the same building, but it's like if that's the actual security of a federal building, those idiots can't just walk in. Anyway, it's just I'm not buying it. You're not going to trick me. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Bitcoin's at 40K, and I realized this week that a couple things. Okay, seriously, fuck you to everybody that I've told to buy and hasn't bought, because you could be profitable by now, severely profitable. On the other hand, I heard some sobering news this week that of somebody close to me losing a lot of money on crypto, which made me think I need to stop telling people to buy it, and at the same time, fuck you to everyone who hasn't bought it when I've told them to. But I have an idea for a new investment, if you want to hear about it.
I do too, actually.
Okay, it's called AOL. Okay, America Online.
Okay.
What's happening is Microsoft is going to start selling computers to people, and they're going to put like a computer in every home. You can invest in Microsoft if you want, but AOL I think, is going to provide dial-up internet access to everybody that has these computers, and it's going to be fucking huge, dude. That's my prediction. And I got some insider news that they're also developing an instant messaging service. So it's going to be AOL Instant Messenger, and you can instantly message with your friends. So that's what I'm saying. We're going to invest in AOL, and fucking we're going to be buying Lambos this year.
It sounds like a solid investment. I'm very into it.
Hell yeah.
My idea that I was thinking about, I'm honestly, this is gonna sound like I'm joking. I'm honestly slightly serious about this endeavor. I've been trying to come up with a side hustle that has to do with building shit. You know, like like an art project that you can sell. You know what I mean? But it's like a woodworking type deal. I've been thinking for years. I'm like, what do you build? What do you build in your shop that you can like sell?
Birdhouses.
You know what I'm saying? Essentially,
Clocks.
I've fucking thought about birdhouses. You get what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
but what can you actually sell? What would actually be worth it to do? And then it finally, dude, I think casket building, fucking cereal. Like
Oh,
I was
Jesus.
I was thinking about it. Like, dude, people are dying. They spend like 10 grand on a fucking casket. You start doing custom wood fucking caskets. Fucking bam, dog.
Custom.
Fucking yeah. Fucking put Eddie Van Halen on the side of it, all etched in there or something like that. I don't know. Fucking whatever you want to fucking build. Cool ass fucking sanded. You know, get your fucking router out, dude. Yeah, fuck yeah. Do it up.
Could you build
Think it's
one?
good? Fuck yeah, I could build one. I don't have all the tools for like custom woodworking, but I can get them. I have a lot of tools. I don't have woodworking tools. I have construction tools, you know.
Oh, okay.
But I'd figure it out.
And you need like
fucking-
long metal arms on the side to carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure all that shit out. I've never built one, but I could figure it out and build one.
Yeah, you could. Caskets are crazy because people spend a lot on them. But I think a lot of
People always be dying, son.
yeah,
Always
yeah.
be dying. COVID's here. I bet caskets are fucking up, bro.
I keep forgetting COVID's here. Fucking yeah, but I think a lot of people finance caskets, and then I've heard that caskets and gravestones are like the last things people pay, and a lot of times just say fuck you to the casket company with their money. Because they're paying off the person's, like, paying for a U-Haul, paying off their debts, wrapping everything up. And after everything's done, then the casket company is like the last one. And they're like, we spent $8,000 on that? Fuck that. We don't have any money left. That's what I've heard. However,
Yeah, I mean, most
good
people
business.
have that shit all paid for before they die.
That's true.
I mean, you should. I mean,
Yeah.
I already have mine paid for, and I'm fucking 31.
If you were making caskets, would you make your own casket?
Fuck yeah, I'd make my own casket.
That's fucking
I
creepy.
think though, I can't remember now. I don't have a will, but I have everything. If I die,
Have a
all my
way.
life insurance goes to my sister.
Yeah.
And we talked years ago about this, and my life insurance is just to cover cost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And fucking, pretty sure I told her to cremate me. Pretty sure. I don't know though. God.
Well, you should do a couple things. You should make a will, for one.
I should. Yeah.
Because you have children now, and
Yeah.
two, maybe your life insurance should be more than just covering the costs.
I
and
know,
maybe
I know.
it shouldn't
I know
go to your
this.
sister either.
I know, but this was, I did this years ago, you know,
Right.
when I was just a single lad that was just like, I got 10 grand, 15 grand set aside for death. Good to go. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to
Jeez.
take care of all that shit.
Yeah.
I told my buddy, I was like, hey, if I ever die, you come straight over my house and you grab all the music gear. It's yours. But you got to get it before people start showing up. You just come up and grab it. Get out of here.
It's like a land rush. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. I need a will too, and a way.
I've been thinking I need to do a will and I need to get better life insurance. Fuck, dude. When you buy a house, dude, I got rush. That's the one thing. They said too when I was at the whatever. When I was at the people doing the signing at the end, I just can't the title company.
Yeah.
When I was at the title company, she was saying, she's like, you're about to get bombarded. She's like, what happens? She's like, when you buy a house, your name gets put on the county fucking tax records that you own the house now, and it's public record. Anyone gets on there, and she's like, so companies get on there and they just take all those fucking names and they just start sending shit to people. And
Did
fuck
that
yeah,
happen?
dude. Oh yeah, my mail has quadrupled since I bought a house.
With like
They
life
just they
insurance bullshit.
exactly just shit, just security system crap, lawn care crap, fucking
Huh.
any like home crap. They
Yeah.
just get your name and number and address off that and send it to you. I don't know why I think this
Yeah.
is similar to this. I thought of you this week. Maybe I'm a retard, but I felt like I was at the end of a scam, or like like kind of like the home your those. I'm sure you get the phone call every week. A fucking
Yeah.
your home auto or your auto whatever.
Warranty.
Your auto warranty
yeah,
is about
yeah.
to lapse, blah 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 blah,
Uh-huh.
which is all a scam, right? Like they're
Yeah.
just trying to get your fucking credit number. So this one, I was like, I don't think you're dumb enough to fall for this, but I was like, this is right up Brad's fucking alley. Like this is gonna be exactly what Brad's gonna get into. Oh shit! So here it is.
Hi, this is Megan calling with Student Loan Relief. You can just give me a call at 309-220-3361.
Are you getting these?
And I'm actually just reaching out to you regarding your federal student loan balance. We've got some good news. You've been pre-qualified for the Student Loan Forgiveness Program. However, it is imperative that we speak to you just as soon as possible before these programs change. So again, my number is 309.
Yeah, and it just keeps going on. But it's like I'm like I don't have any fucking student loans. I was
And
like,
that
this
didn't
is
sound like a
tricky.
recording.
And no, it was a lady. It wasn't. Sorry that it was shitty through the phone. That was a lady. A lady
Weird.
being like, hey, blah, blah, your student loan, you're pre-qualified for student loan forgiveness, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. I
Huh,
was like, they're going to
okay.
get Brad with that. He's going to be like, I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have paid it off.
I've gotten those before, and I've called them.
That's the first time I've ever gotten a student loan forgiveness thing.
That's weird. I also get a lot of, hey, your identity's been stolen, or hey, you
I
have
got that
a warrant,
once.
you have a warrant out, or something like that. And I'm-
Yeah. I almost fell for those once, like 5 years ago. Someone got me for fucking, I think it was for, they said I had like a warrant out because I didn't pay something or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And you actually did have a warrant, though? That's what made you nervous?
No.
Oh.
That was a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
It's fucking hot in here.
So, I got a fat list of shit, dude. I don't think we're gonna get through. I mean, I don't know about your list, but you would be proud of the list I came up with this week.
I have 4 more
kinds of
things.
shit. Oh, I got fucking 10 more things.
Jesus.
I got a whole list of shit. So we'll probably miss some shit.
Okay.
Weird little. A lot of it's a little quick. Do some Spitfire shit. A lot of it's a. Dude, I heard this podcast and this dude brought it up and I'm like, I've never heard this in my life. And then I kind of did some searching on the interweb. Did you know there's like a big lane of a lot of people think Quiznos is like secretly homoerotic, like the whole corporation, all their ads and everything. Have you heard any of this? And then all their ads, go watch some YouTube ads, old Quiznos ads. You're like, yeah, all of them are gay. Like, all of them are, like, a lot of them are like the oven is like, hey, what's up, Brian? And then Brian, like, making a sandwich. He's like, what? He's like, I want you to stick your meat in me, Brian.
What?
And he's just like, what? And he's like, yeah, put it in, Brian.
What?
And then you like, yeah, dude, it's like a whole thing. I was like, oh, I guess I do remember that commercial for Quiznos.
That's weird.
And then I heard this fucking podcast. He's like, dude, I can't stand it. You go in there, dude. And he's like, it's something to do with hot sandwiches. Like women just don't go buy hot sandwiches. It's like a men thing. And he's like, so you go in these shops and there'll just be a bunch of men sticking hot meat in their mouth. And I'm just like, what is happening right now? And I looked it up, dude. There's like a bunch of shit online about Quiznos being homoerotic. I was like, I didn't know any of this existed.
I don't even see Quiznos ads, though.
Well, they're dying. Quiznos is dead business.
Okay.
I never went to Quiznos. I would have gone. I always wanted to go. I was like, a hot sandwich sounds good.
There's Quiznos, then there's Subway, and then there's another one? Maybe I did go to Quiznos
Well,
once.
there's a bunch. Quiznos is the one where like you make your sub and then at the end of the line you like. I never went, but I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. At the end, you put it through a conveyor belt and then it like toasts your sub with all the shit on it, and then they take it out of the conveyor belt, and it's like this hot fucking sub.
Okay, maybe I did go once. I think there
They
used to be
had
one.
Quiznos is the hot one. They
Uh-huh.
had, man, one that I never went to that was like kind of big when Quiznos was big. Subway. They got Jimmy John's. They got Jersey Mike's. Those are the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Heavy hitters. Jersey Mike's, by the way, best sub shop on the planet. If you ever get to go to a Jersey Mike's, fucking go. Shit blows all of them out of the water. Hands.
I think I did. I think there was a Quiznos
Fucking
in the
down.
Walmart in Sandpoint.
No, see, that was the other one. It was like Schlotsky's or something like that.
No. I
That
don't
one
remember what
wasn't
it was called.
Quiznos, bro.
Well, what was it then?
It was like Schlotsky's or some weird fucking like Jewish name.
It wasn't Slotsky's. And then there's
It was.
another Quiznos ad where there's a guy just fucking the sandwich. That was just a joke I thought of earlier that I didn't get in. Oh, Blimpies. Blimpie, that's what I went to. I've never been to Quiznos. Not that there's anything wrong with going to Quiznos, okay? If that's what you're into, that's fine. I've never been to a Quiznos though. I went to Blimpies. So
Okay, so we got that.
Okay.
I'll rapid fire a few more, and then we can go to your next topic. If that's all right. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm driving down the freeway this week. It's 5:30. Well, it's about 5:50 in the a.m.
oh Jesus.
Just out of downtown Portland, like heading on 84. I'm about 3 exits down. So 84 starts in downtown, and then it just heads towards Idaho. And so I'm like 3 exits in
Okay.
Hollywood, because it starts at 0 downtown Portland, then exit 1 is blah blah, exit 2, exit 3 is like the Hollywood district in Portland, and you're still pretty much downtown Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm driving, and there's this fucking. I'm in the far left lane. It's a 3-lane freeway, so I'm in the fucking hammer lane, and I see 2 cop cars on the far right. Dude, it's pretty low traffic. It's 5:50. Not much traffic at 5:50. You know, people are going to work, but it's not like gridlock yet.
Yeah.
But you're going. You know, it's full
Yeah.
speed, and it's raining outside. It's like shitty rain. So let's say I'm going 55, maybe. I'm not at 70. You know, we're going through some curves. I'm being a little careful, but I'm still in the hammer lane. And I see 2 cop cars on the far right hand side, lights on, and they're doing the 45 thing. You know how they like turn their cars, and they're kind of forcing people out of the slow lane into the middle lane. And so obviously do the rubbernecking thing, like what the fuck's going on here? And I drive by, and there's I only got 5 seconds of this. So there's a lot of observations about to be thrown around about what was going on here, but it was pretty bananas. So there's 2 cops outside their cruisers, like just standing there. They're doing the cop thing where they stick their hands in their vest, you know what I mean? And they're just holding their arms like this. Both of them are doing that, and they're like they're not doing anything. They're just standing there looking at this woman on the ground. And there's just this woman on the ground. No cars, just 2 cop cars. That's it, 2 cop cars. There's a woman on the ground, like right on the white line. Like on the white line, I think. And she's on the white line. She's in a thong and a tank top. And that's it. And it is pissing rain outside. It's like 39 degrees outside. Now there is this 25-foot tall retaining wall on the side. So there's a few ideas I have that went on. Probably a bum is what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I'm thinking is a bum.
With no
But
clothes?
why did she have no clothes on? Well, she could have been on top of the retaining wall. So either she fell off the retaining wall, like maybe she was drunk and like got out of her tent and fucking fell off the retaining wall and hit the ground and fucked herself up really bad.
Okay.
But she didn't look like she was moving. And they weren't trying to save her. So either that, or she's a bum and she was on the freeway, like high on acid or something, and then a cop, which fuck another option, she could have gotten hit as she was walking on the freeway all fucked up.
No.
That could have happened.
No.
She could have been walking on the freeway all fucked up. Cops pull over, and then she just collapses on the ground like, ah! Like, I don't know. I could totally see a bum doing that in Portland. Other option is someone threw her out of a vehicle as they were fucking, like they just banged a hooker and killed her and then tossed her out of the side of a car as they were driving down the freeway. That option. Or she tried to kill herself, which I don't know. I again, a really weird spot to try to kill yourself. Like, it's not that high. It's high enough that if you jump off, you're breaking 20 bones in your body, but you're probably not going to die. You know, it's just like 25 feet. Like 25, I don't even think 30. Like, relatively high.
It's hard. I'm really bad at judging distances and ages and weights and heights.
Distance and heights, too, are really odd.
It's hard for me to even imagine 25
very hard.
feet.
It's very hard to, I think, for 99% of people to judge heights.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get them wrong.
Like, is a power
30
pole,
feet
is a power pole
very
like
fucking high.
40 feet?
Power poles under 30, about 30 feet. A little under
So it's
30,
like a power pole
30
length?
feet. About a power pole length.
So if you swan dive off a fucking power pole, you could die.
You could die, but
onto concrete.
You're probably just going to end up in the hospital. And you're going to have 2 broken legs, a bunch of broken ribs. You're going to be knocked out for a little bit. Going to have a concussion. Like, but then again, you could die. You could hit that fucking neck on and
break your neck.
Yep,
yeah.
Done.
I think she was dead.
She was laying there like she was dead. She was laying like, I'm going to do a visual one so you can fucking see. She was like, imagine this is concrete, you know? This is concrete here. This is the ground. You know, gravity's pushing this way. Fucking, she's like curled up in their feet. Like, she's just in this curled little ball. Like, just like this on the ground.
Yeah.
And her ass was sticking towards me. I saw the thong part, like, sticking out towards me.
And it's
pretty sure she was dead. And it was raining.
Sure
that's why
pretty sure cops have blankets with them.
That's why I think she was dead.
Yeah.
Is because they weren't doing anything. They were just standing there like.
Well, that's the other thing. If she was dead, why wouldn't you put a blanket on her instead of just letting everyone drive by see a dead naked chick?
One, I think they literally, just got on the scene. Like, they'd probably been there for about a minute when I got there. It seemed like that's what was happening.
You should have fucking looked it up the next day.
So much, dude. You don't understand. This is Portland. That shit isn't even gonna make the news. I swear to God, dude.
Oh,
There's been a lot of shit that I've tried to look up. It's happened probably 5-6 times since I've been in Portland. Something happens, and I try to look it up, and I can't find a fucking thing about it. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Because there's a shooting, at least 3 times every night in Portland. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a normal occurrence.
Sure.
You know? There was, dude, they're right next to my house, about fucking 6 blocks away from my house. They fucking, like 2 years ago, they found a severed head in the back of a car in the fucking parking lot over here. Right down here. Dude, that barely made the news, man. Like, barely. That was like a blimp. Just like, yeah, there was a fucking, another day. There's a head severed over there. Like, fucking, it is what it is.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's a nice fact. That's a shitty way to go. So
That's
did she look young?
As soon as
could you tell her age by the
No,
ass?
she looked like, that's what I mean. It was really hard to tell, but she looked a little out of shape. Like, not fat, but just like, I don't know. I'm going to say she was 40. Go. She was 40. Lived in a trailer park. I don't know, like, it just this frumpiness to her body, you know, like a little frumpy, like the belly. A girl that wears a thong that shouldn't wear a thong at all. You know what I mean? But she's not fat.
Yeah.
Like, just frumpy. And then, I don't know. But that's literally just looking at ass, thighs, feet, and a little bit of the back. That's that's all I'm gathering. I didn't see face, breast, tummy.
Okay, so she's had food. She's not homeless.
Homeless people get food here.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think she was dead, though. But that's fucked up. Fuck that.
I think so, too. Yeah, so that happened this week.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Do you want to... here, we'll do another quick one. Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac. Did you hear about this?
No.
So he just sold the rights to all of his music. Everything. Comes out to 161 Fleetwood Mac songs. He just sold his right, everything. Sold out, outright, everything.
I see.
But she's one of those rockers that actually owned a lot of his shit.
Right.
Sold it for $280 million. For all the rights.
Perfect time to do
shit.
it. This is...
Yeah.
Yeah, the legal process of writing the papers up and stuff like that started about 4 months ago. And then it finally sold. Yeah.
You know what's funny about it?
What?
Stevie Nicks sold all the rights to her songs last year
What?
for $80 million.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
And
fucked.
there's a huge beef between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks.
I
Like that
don't
was the
know.
whole fucking issue. They were
Okay.
in a weird love triangle. He was madly in love with Stevie Nicks, and then she fucked everyone else in the band. And
Except for
it
him.
was just fucking. Well, no, they were together.
Oh, okay.
And fucking and then and then it was just this huge deal, and they broke up, and he
Uh-huh.
he hates her. You know what I mean? He wanted
Well,
to be with
sure.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. So
get
it's
it.
like one last really good jab is like, bitch, I just fucking owned you on this. Because
Right.
I bet you, I don't know, I was talking to my buddies about it. I bet you if he sold last year, they would have offered him like 60 million for his shares,
Yeah.
80 million to Stevie Nicks. But then fucking how the tables have turned. Fucking now he gets 280 out of it.
But who owns it now?
Some British fucking company that likes to buy music.
Sure. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't understand shit like that. I don't think it's worth it. Like I don't know. I don't own any music like that, but there's no way he's hurting for cash, and it's like if they think it's worth that much money, it's probably worth that much money
Yeah.
to have to own the rights to your music. Like I just would never if I had a number one hit song, I would never sell it. Like fuck no, dude. I'm holding on to this shit till the day I die. My family's going to be getting royalties off this shit. My great-grandchildren are getting royalties off it. That's how Michael Jackson made all his money, or like a grip of his money, was off buying royalties of music. I believe there's a whole story where he
Right.
bought a bunch of the Beatles fucking music.
He
Pissed
bought all
off
of
the
it.
Beatles really bad.
Yeah.
And fucking, bam, smart move. Why the fuck don't you own your own music, you fucking idiots? Like,
Yeah.
you're the Beatles. I
bought
don't know.
He bought the rights or their masters or whatever. Yeah.
Never sell your music, kid.
280
Never sell your
mil?
music. But obviously, that company thinks it's worth it. If they're an investment company that thinks that that's worth it, they have to answer to someone. They have to go to their boss and be like, "No, it was a good investment, bro. It was a good investment. We're getting this money back. If they can get the money back, you can get the money back, and your kids
Right.
can get that money back. The chain ain't going nowhere, bro. That song is gonna be here for another 50 years, guaranteed."
Yes, it will. Yes,
Yeah.
it absolutely will. That's crazy. Craziness.
Boom.
Have you seen the movie The Shining?
Once a long time ago.
Okay. Do you like it?
I can't really remember, but I love him. So
Jack
I'm assuming I
Nicholson?
would. Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Okay, good. I guess that's a decent answer. I guess I can't remember, but sure. It's a great movie. Okay? Stephen King wrote it. Stanley Kubrick directed it. I love that movie. It's very
you
good.
talk about this. Yeah, before I started this podcast with you, I had no idea what that guy's name was. But since we've started this podcast, I've heard that guy's name about 50 times out of your mouth.
Stanley Kubrick?
Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, that guy.
Kubrick. Okay.
Kubrick.
Well,
Yeah,
fucking
just
remember
saying.
it. Remember
You
it.
have a love affair with this director.
Of course I do. He's my tied for top two directors are Tarantino and Kubrick. Easy.
Okay.
He's also a genius. Like he has like a 200 IQ, and in his spare time he did like complex mathematics for fun. And his movies are so detailed and brilliant. You're watching a genius is art that you can't even comprehend fully. Anyway, it's such a good movie, and I'd always heard of this legendary documentary about the movie called Room 237, Room 237, and it's this legendary documentary about The Shining where it's like if you like The Shining, you have to watch the documentary and stuff like that. And I remembered that, and I was like, oh, fuck, I should watch that documentary. So I downloaded it and watched it. It was so good. It was so fucking good and crazy as well. And it's like they show a lot of clips from the movie and stuff like that, but then they interview like film buffs who have like studied The Shining. And it opened up so much more to me about the movie because you get you know the actual plot. the family goes and stays at that Overlook Hotel in Colorado over the winter because they need someone to like operate the fucking furnace and keep the pipes up and whatever, maintenance and stuff like that. And then the guy goes crazy and tries to kill his wife and kid with an axe. And you're like, that's the plot of the movie. And then all these film buffs, one of them was like, that's not the actual plot of the movie. The whole movie is about the Native American genocide. That's the true meaning behind the movie. And here's the reasons why. And here's all the details. And here's all the things about it. And you're like, whoa. And then the next film buff's like, it's actually not about any of that. What it's about is the Holocaust. This is an actual movie telling the story of the Holocaust. And they explain why. And they show all the lines and the posters in the movie and all this stuff. And you're like, holy fuck. And then another film buff is like, it's actually about how the moon landing was faked because, and that one actually had more evidence than the other two, because the whole theory about the fake moon landing is that Kubrick shot the footage that we've seen. He shot it for NASA because he legitimately went and spent time at NASA and like helped them out with cameras or something like that. So everyone's like, while he was there, they had him film it. And then the theory was that in The Shining, he was telling us that he actually did that. He was showing us a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, holy shit, that seems legitimate too. Anyway, it was a fucking great documentary. It was so good. And then last year, I know they released a movie called Dr. Sleep with Ewan McGregor. It's like a horror movie, and it was supposed to be a sequel to The Shining. I never saw it because the previews just actually freaked me out, and I was like, this movie's too scary for me. But which I regret now. I should have went and saw it. And it came out in 2019, so I watched that too. And I was like, I hate sequels more than any. I hate sequels as much as anybody hates sequels because they're all terrible. But the reason that I gave, and while some parts of that movie were slow and boring and corny, I gave it legitimacy because it was actually a Stephen King novel that he wrote. He wrote The Shining, and he wrote Dr. Sleep. So I'm like, okay, this is a legitimate sequel because it's going off a book. They're not just trying to profit sort of off of it. And it was okay. It was pretty damn good. Like half of it was really good and the other half of it was really corny, but it was really good. Like they go back to the hotel and it's like, oh fuck, we're going back to the hotel. And I don't know, it was crazy. However, I didn't watch The Shining this week. I just watched Room 237, which is so good, and then Dr. Sleep, which was okay. I'll probably never watch it again, but it was good shit. Kubrick, dude, he's good. Full Metal Jacket, Clockwork Orange, The Shining, Eyes Wide Shut. One of my favorite movies, Doctor Strangelove. Very good.
Clockwork Orange. I can't watch Clockwork Orange, man. It's
hard to watch.
Fed up with it. I'm like, I'm just done. I'm done.
It's hard to watch.
I've tried to watch it, I think, 3 times, and I make it about a half an hour, and I'm like, fucking shut up. I'm watching something else. I can't do this movie. All those movies I get are like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, Eyes Wide Shut.
Not even close to my top movies of all time.
Have you seen Eyes Wide Shut? Okay, it's like a trigger. For the first time I watched it, I was on acid, and I had never seen Eyes Wide Shut before, and I watched it, and it like... It embedded itself deep in me as I can never, if I see anything from it, I'm like, it just triggers me and I feel like I'm tripping and I can't, it's like nails on a chalkboard. But it's a crazy movie with Tom Cruise. It was Kubrick's last movie.
Huh.
Crazy sex parties. Like.
I want to throw something in real quick because you threw in that there's no good sequel.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Terminator 2?
I'd have to watch it again.
I think Terminator 2 is the best one.
I thought the first one was the best one.
Terminator 2 is like the good one. That's.
You might be right. I don't know. I would have to revisit.
Okay. That came right to my mind. You said that. I'm like, no, there's a good number 2. And I was like, Terminator 2. Fuck yeah. Terminator 2 is legit.
Okay.
That's like the one. To me, I'm pretty sure that's the one, like everyone. That's Terminator. Like, that's the kid, you know. He goes back and he has to protect the kid. He's like fucking, and then the liquid guy's fucking chasing him the whole time. And he's like, you know, that's when he's on the motorcycle with that fucking, like, lever action shotgun.
Yeah.
Boom! Doing it one-handed. Fuck yeah, bro. Shit's badass.
Like,
AF.
The guy's
leather
like
jacket on.
TS40 or something. I forget what his name
Yeah,
is.
the T900 or T9000 or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Fucking at the beginning, he goes into the biker bar and fucking comes in naked, and they're all like, "What the fuck?" And he beats shit out of him, takes his leather jacket.
Yeah.
That's how we get badass Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. That's a legit. That may be a legitimate argument there. Might be, but generally, all sequels fucking are nowhere good as the original.
I no, it is a very true statement.
Generally,
I just had to play the devil's advocate on that one.
For sure.
Here's maybe you don't feel big about. I was extremely upset, and Vincent has to do with this a little bit. I was very upset by this. So the whole argument we had about whatever
Ruby
we were talking
Ridge?
about earlier. No, about it was your topic about the storming of the Capitol and then the fucking all that shit. So as soon as that hit, then it was just arguments for the rest of the night, and it was just I'm with a group of people that we just argue. That's what we fucking do is just argue with each other about shit. So this other guy shows up, and he just got his concealed carry license, and he's carrying a pistol with him, and he's like, "I hope you guys don't go." I was like, "I don't give a shit, man. Like, it doesn't bother me at all." I was like, "You seem like someone that wouldn't do anything dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're good to go." And then we get blah, blah, blah. Night goes on. He's like, "You want to see it?" And I'm like, "Sure. Yeah, whatever. Sure." And he fucking pulls it out.
His dick?
And there's 4 of us sitting
Okay.
there. He pulls it out. He fucking pulls the mag out. And then he fucking pulls the one out of the chamber. And I'm like, "Dude, why are you keeping one in the chamber?" And he's like, "Everyone keeps one in the chamber." And I'm like, "No one keeps one in the chamber." And he's like, "Everyone keeps one in the chamber." I'm like, "Dude, you do not. No, you don't. You don't keep fucking guns chambered." It's like, that's day one shit.
Well,
Like,
I think
just don't-
cops do.
He brought that up, and he's like, "Cops do." I was like, "No, they don't." And then we got into that argument. He won because we looked that up, and yeah, cops keep unchambered. I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, whatever. Cops keep unchambered. You win that argument." But I was like, "Dude, people that grew up with guns do not keep them chambered." I was like, "There was huge. My whole fucking family is that way. We have guns everywhere. We have guns behind shotguns behind the door of every fucking, room in the house. But none of them are chambered. You know what I mean? They're loaded, but you don't keep it chambered. That's just silly talk." And he's like, "Well, that's it." And then we got into a whole argument about fucking the time spent to cock. And I'm like, "You're retarded. Like, you're saving a 0.3 seconds." Like, then we get into, he's like, "Well, dude, I feel like we've had this argument on the show before, but I get very heated because."
Well, no, because you said what the argument before on the show was. You said some friend of yours said that
Yes!
he could stab you or something.
This dude brings up the same thing. He's like, "Dude, the FBI released a thing that said, fucking, if you're within 21 feet of people, the odds are that the person with a knife is going to win." I was like, "That's the stupidest fucking
that's
thing
what it
I've
was.
ever heard in my life." And then we get into that. I was like, "Unload your gun. Give me your gun." And then so we're sitting there, and he takes it all down. I put the gun in my fucking, slide it on the side. I sit down, and I'm like, "Stand 20 feet away from me and come running at me." You know what I mean? I was like,
my
"I won't
God.
point the gun at you," but I was like, "I'll point it to the side." And I was like, "I will have it cocked by the time you're halfway here, stood up, ready to go." And he's like, and we did it, and he's like, "Well, no, you're wrong." And I'm like, "God, fucking, am I living in crazy world right now? Like, it does not take long to cock a gun. Like, you're fucking crazy." And the odds of an accident happening or something are way more increased if it's fucking chambered. I was like, anybody that grew up in a fucking hick environment with a lot of guns around is gonna tell you don't keep them chambered. So we're arguing. I call Vince up. I'm like, "You fucking tell these motherfuckers." And he's
Jesus.
like, "Yeah, I keep it chambered." I'm like,
Oh my
"What
God.
the fuck, man?" And he's like, "Well, it depends on it depends on how competent you are with a firearm." I'm like, "Vince, what are you saying right now? Like, god damn it." And then the whole then all 4 of these guys, or 3 of these guys, are just, "Fucking told you, bro, told you." And I'm talking, 2 of the guys haven't even ever shot a gun before. I'm like, first off, you 2 need to shut the fuck up right now. Like, you guys grew up in Portland, Oregon, you sons of bitches. You've never even seen a gun before, god damn it.
The argument that a cop, the reasoning that a cop keeps one chambered is that they don't always know that they'll have their other arm available. Okay? If they need to pull their gun and shoot.
Oh.
Something might be keeping their other arm occupied.
Like they're pushing someone back and then they fucking can pull
Something.
out. Or,
Yeah, and they
or
don't
someone
want-
could be grabbing their arm or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, holding them down or
Which
stuff.
then all these people are gonna say the same thing. Well, if they need it, then I need it. You know what I mean? Like to be ready. I'm like, this is stupid, bro. Like you have the gun. You should feel pretty goddamn safe about having the gun.
Right.
You know, like I get the not keeping your gun in a safe. I'll argue that shit. I think it's fucking stupid to have a self defense. Like no, or any of that. Whatever. There's a bunch of arguments across the gun. I'm all about having guns. I'm all about having them loaded. But one in the chamber just seems silly. And then he was saying his AR. He's like, yeah, I keep one in his house, an AR, one chambered. I'm like, dude, what? Like, that's so stupid. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't take any amount of time, and it's just a whole giant safety step that needs to, gone over. I was like, I keep guns in my house loaded, and I know for a fact, like, my girlfriend can barely cock the guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I know a kid isn't. You know what I mean? Like, they can't pull it back.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's a lot bigger of a safety fucking net than just bam. You know what I mean? Than just pulling a fucking trigger.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I was raised through and through. Never keep one in chamber. Hammered in my head as a child. Never keep one chambered ever. Like, you just don't do that. You know that was like as in line as don't point a gun at someone. You know what I mean? Or don't put your finger on the trigger. Don't keep one chambered. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was irritated. I was pretty worked up about that. And then once the 21 feet thing got brought up again, I was so fucking mad. I was like, if I hear this fucking argument one more time, I'm going to shoot someone in the fucking face. I'm done with it.
Well, that's just ridiculous, the 21 feet thing. I don't know. I actually wasn't raised with guns at all. I was raised very anti-gun. Right? I was and even when we got into airsoft, it was a huge deal, and it was a huge fight and argument just for the airsoft gun. I was raised very no gun and stuff like that. But I remember going over to my buddy John's house, and his dad would teach me stuff with guns, and because they had guns all over the place, and it was always like, in the house, it always stays pointed at the floor. It always stays empty. You never have it not pointed at the floor and stuff like that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I just bought my first gun when I was like 17. I was like, I'm fucking buying one. And I still have it. But I've always had them not chambered. That's just scary. As far as safes go, I've never owned a gun safe. And that whole argument just comes in when there's kids around. But it's like since my buddy John, we were little kids, and his family had guns around, but it was all about just knowledge and education. So your kid doesn't just wander to your nightstand and grab a gun and shoot it, because they've already been educated and they've already have the knowledge that they wouldn't do that.
And I am not saying that it is. You are increasing the chances of something bad happening, and even a well-trained kid could do some dumb shit. Like my brother growing up fucking went hunting and fucking had a rifle sitting on his fucking bed, and him and his friend are in his room, and it's loaded for some fucking dumb reason, and fucking it gets knocked off the fucking bed, and it goes off, and it fucking goes through my parents' fucking bathroom, and my dad had just done all this tile work, and fucking it just ripped through all this tile work. It was just blasted
Jesus.
through. Oh yeah, my brother was in shitloads of fucking trouble. Like shitloads. But yeah, it's like, there you go. Like, that is a trained kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Accidents do. I'm not arguing accidents don't happen. But I grew up in a house with guns. I feel way safer having guns around. Fucking with the fucking goddamn head found 3 blocks away from my fucking house in the back of a trunk. You know what I mean? Like, I want a gun around. Like, I don't trust people around me. Yeah. But then with like the little one with Aurora, I feel like you just spend the time. We take her shooting with us, and then at the end of a shooting, we sit down and every time we're just like, if you ever see this, you do not touch it. You do not play with this. This is not a toy. You come to us and tell us if you ever see anyone with one of these, blah, 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 blah. And she seems to get the whole thing. And just like, okay, yeah. And like my shotgun's clear as day out. And she walks right by it. It doesn't even like register to her. And
I think if you were a little kid and you've heard one go off, then you're like, oh shit, that's
Yeah.
not a toy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we didn't mean to, but my brother scared the shit out of her like when she was like 3, and it was fucking ridiculous. We're all out camping. Me, my brother, Cheyenne, the kid, everyone, and fucking my brother's pretty drunk, and he gets his fucking 300 Weatherby out, which is a fucking monster of a rifle, like very loud, very fucking loud, and fucking he sets up, and like we just think he's getting all set up, and gets his table out, and he goes and puts a cup up on the thing, and I like turn and talk, and he's boom, and fucking little one just like, whoa, just like what the fuck, just like yeah, that was her first time ever like hearing a gun. Was a very powerful gun. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a lot different than an AR going off or something like that. It was like what?
That was
the
the
fuck?
same brother that shot through the tile.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
Dustin.
when I was little, like before, I remember the first gun I saw, because when I was very little, like probably 5 or 6, I remember going over to I was hanging out with the kid that lived next door, and their parents weren't home, and we went into their parents' bedroom, and they opened up like a gun case, and there was like a hunting rifle in there, and they were just like showing it to me, and I was like, whoa. And then I went home and told my parents. I was like, he showed me that they had their gun and stuff like that. And then my parents called his parents and were like, all this
no.
whole thing. But because I was like raised in a no gun thing, I was like, he showed me their gun. But that's a problem, because it's like then your kid's showing another kid that doesn't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, again, this is my argument with boys versus girls. This is why I want another girl, because I think girls are different. A girl wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
A fucking 12-year-old girl wouldn't do, you know what I mean? There's like, that's just a boy thing. You know what I mean? Just like getting into shit and being mischievous and
Right.
fucking me. I'm going to go dig through this and search through it. Like, girls don't do that shit.
That might be true. Yeah. So you called Vince for your landline and your lifeline, and didn't help.
I was so upset. But he like, what pisses me off is he did agree with me. Like, especially if he
Sure.
would have been in the same room and saw the audience I was talking to, he would have agreed with me. But he
Sure,
was
yeah.
giving me like very long-winded answers.
Yeah.
Long-winded answers that technically were on their side. But I was like, dude, you don't fucking tell people to keep unloaded. You know what I mean?
No.
As a general basic safety rule, there's no fucking reason to have it loaded. Ever.
No.
And I guess in my case, like my pistols don't have safeties. You know what I mean? So it's like even more so. Like I have a Glock 42 and it's just, there is no safety. It's just, and then bam. So it's kind of stupid to
Yeah.
keep one fucking chambered.
Yeah,
But even
yeah,
with the safety, it just doesn't make sense. It's just such
No.
an easy thing to do to fucking.
I'm fine with cops. I'm fine with cops keeping one chambered.
If I was intentionally gonna go into a situation
Right.
that I knew, like, okay, it's go time, yeah, then I'll cock one and put it and holster it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
But if you're just gonna walk around, dude, and then we got into a bunch of arguments too, and I haven't looked any of this up, but he claims that in Oregon, there's no like laws between alcohol and concealed carry, and I'm like,
Well,
dude,
I
you're
think there is
fucking
in Idaho.
wrong.
I think
I
there
was
is
like,
in Idaho.
dude, you cannot
so-
fuck around with where they serve alcohol and have a gun. Because he went into a
Well-
bar. He's like, blah, 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 go into a bar. I'm like, you're fucking high, bro. You're going to get
No.
a fucking...
Because I believe in Idaho the law is you can go to a bar. You just can't consume alcohol.
I thought it was no bar.
I
I thought
think
it
you
was
just
no
can't be
government
drinking.
buildings or anywhere they serve alcohol.
Maybe. You might be right. I don't have a permit.
Yeah,
so-
but then you can get away with where they serve alcohol if it's a restaurant. Like, but you have to be in the
Right.
dining section of that restaurant. You can't be in the bar section of the restaurant.
I
Or
don't
something
know.
like I don't even know.
You
I
might
don't
be
even know.
right.
But I was like,
You might be right.
either way, I don't think it's a good fucking. I don't think it's a good idea. I wouldn't carry a gun in a bar. Like,
No.
it's not what I would do.
I wouldn't either. But then I chamber one when I've been up all night watching The Shining documentaries, and then I hear I hear like a loud car door in the middle of the night, a loud car door in the middle of the night sounds like someone's on your deck to me, and my dog starts looking around, and then I'm like I'm gonna fucking have to clear this house now, because I don't know if the call's coming from inside the house, and all that crazy shit. But guess what?
I hear you.
It's
hacking.
much better to have one in that situation where I'm fucking spooking myself out than to not have one and just be like a, a damsel in distress at that point. Anyway.
Anyways, what else you got, buddy?
Can I talk shit about you and your TikToks?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so the same way I feel about what happened at the Capitol this week is the same way I feel about your last TikTok, because I'm pretty sure, and I can link it in this episode for people if they want, which I should probably do now that I brought it up, but I feel it was completely staged.
Dude, my buddy said the same thing, and it wasn't fucking staged,
It
man.
looks staged to me, dude.
My buddy Anthony said the same thing. He's like, I think all TikToks are staged, and that was staged. Like, that was not fucking staged, man.
It was staged. First of all, you had your safety glasses on. That's your first key. Second of all, someone's filming you singing. I don't know what you were singing, "Sweet Child of Mine" or something. I just can't remember.
No, I was singing off of Step Brothers. I was singing fucking the song he sings. Fucking people are talking about people. Let's give them something to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give them something to talk. I was singing that, walking down. So as you walk through the dam, it's just this echo chamber. And so it's fun to sing in there. And I was feeling good, and I was singing. And then he heard me coming, and he fucking videotaped me. And that's what happened. It was not staged. Yeah. I swear to God it was not staged.
So you hear Erick singing and walking through a chamber that echoes, and then he steps through the door, and the guy goes, huh, and Erick goes, ah, and he's wearing a safety glass, and then it ends, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Anyway.
Okay, whatever. I don't know why we'd have to stage a scaring. It's pretty easy to scare someone, fucking.
You're trying to get views, that's why. It's I don't know. That's my theory that I'm sticking to.
Okay. Well,
sorry.
You're wrong. Okay. Son of a bitch. KFC Popeyes.
I've never had Popeyes.
Oh. It's fucking garbage. And for some reason, everyone thinks Popeyes is better. I do not. Okay, this is what I can't believe you never had Popeyes.
I've had Chick-fil-A.
But I think you've worked at KFC though, right? Isn't that what you said? We've talked about this. God damn it. See, I think KFC is better because their coleslaw is better and their mashed potatoes are fucking better. They're like crack. It's like a McDonald's cheeseburger. There's just something crack cocaine about it. It's so good. It's shitty. I get that it's shitty. It's just really good. And there's something about their mashed potatoes, man. Their mashed potatoes and gravy at KFC are just bomb. And then their coleslaw, bomb. The chicken, I think this is why people are saying Popeyes over KFC. Chicken either way doesn't matter to me. I'm not a big fried chicken fan. Like, it's just not really my thing. I'd rather go get like buffalo wings, like hot sauce wings. That would be more the chicken lane I'd want to go down, not crispy chicken. But dude, it just irritates me. I hear it all the time. The fucking Popeyes is way better than KFC. I'm like, I totally disagree. And then KFC also has those little snackers, the two little pickles, mayonnaise. Shit's bomb. Love those goddamn things. The Famous Bowl. Bomb. Love the Famous Bowl.
Dude, these are literally things that I made in
that's fine.
2006.
That's fine. That is fine.
Their mashed potatoes and gravy come from a powder.
I'm sure they do.
Okay, they do.
But it's crack cocaine is what's in it. It's what I'm saying. The McDonald's cheeseburger, I get that it's garbage. When you stack that up next to a fucking bomb ass burger, of course it's different. But it's something about that little crack burger they got going right
sugar.
there. Like, it's just like, God damn, it's fucking good. I'm just keep fucking eating it. Like,
it's the sugar because the bun on it tastes like a Krispy Kreme donut.
It's weird.
Sugar. Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird.
It is
same
weird.
thing with KFC. Yeah, I love homemade mashed potatoes with garlic and onion and cheese, like melted in the mashed potato and fucking. Bro. Yeah. But you ain't getting that at no fast food restaurant. Any of them. None of them are serving any of that good shit. But it's just weird. And whenever you hear a black person talk about it, they are fucking diehard about Popeyes is better than KFC. Yeah. And I just don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it. But I think they're just focused on the chicken aspect of it, not the side aspect.
Popeyes is supposedly Louisiana chicken though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I think I'd gravitate towards that naturally.
Yeah, KFC's better.
Okay,
It's all Southern food. The
that's
Colonel?
true. Oh yeah, one's Kentucky.
Yeah. Doy.
Good point.
Rock and roll. Did you know tobogganing in certain places in Canada is illegal?
Is it?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
But not sledding?
No, just tobogganing.
What? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. I vaguely went down this path, but I heard I follow this Canadian guy on TikTok who is, yeah, I don't know. He's like anti-Canada. He lives in Canada, but he's always like, fucking commie bastards. Fucking he's Chuck Trudeau, or what's that guy's name? Fucking
I don't know.
Trudeau. Their prime minister.
Oh yeah, Trudeau. Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking he's always like, fuck you, Justin Trudeau, you fucking commie bastard. And like, he's just always like talking about how Canada's just stupid liberal communist about shit, and fucking he's like, fucking it's illegal, go to jail, fucking kids can't fucking toboggan here in fucking communist Canada. And I was like, what? And then I had to go look that up. I'm like, holy shit, yeah, there's in Toronto you can't fucking toboggan. It's against the law. Yeah.
I saw this TikTok of this chick who was like, it was a reply, you know. So this chick was like, first of all, one side note, the biggest problem with TikTok is that you can't find a TikTok that you've watched. It's not that fucking hard. I don't think that's a very good app. Okay, the Chinese didn't make a good app. You can't find a TikTok that you've watched before. They need to have a history button that you can click and see the last 100 you've viewed. It's not that complicated. Anyway.
You can look up your likes.
Yeah, if you don't like it though, you can't find it. You know how many times I've wanted to find one?
It's your own fucking problem.
No, dude. Create a history tab. But look, okay, so what happened? There was this girl, she asked a question. She said, "Can a Canadian explain to me free healthcare?" And then it went to him and he was like, "Sure." It's not free. He's like, what the situation is something that you guys in America would pay $100 out of pocket for. We actually pay like $1,000 for that same service through taxes. And it's the law is to pay taxes. It's against the law to not pay taxes, so you're forced to pay that much money. So we actually spend way more on healthcare than you guys do. And I was like, fuck. That makes total sense.
Wait, what are you talking about? They just pay more in taxes. That's the
what
whole
I'm
fucking
saying.
argument. That's the whole argument.
Right, so it's not free healthcare.
That's from day one. That's the whole argument.
Yeah, I know. It just made more sense when I saw him
The
say
whole
it.
idea is I don't want to pay for your fucking like deadbeat healthcare. Like that's your fucking problem, not my fucking problem.
That's
like,
the thing.
And then you're like, well, it's a fucking right. We all need it. No, fuck you. You pay for your shit. We don't want to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Americans don't like high taxes, and Canadians have really fucking high taxes, and we ain't about that shit. Fuck that. Cut taxes down.
And I was actually
fucking,
talking.
We ain't paying for your student loan debt, Brad. We ain't fucking paying for your health care, Brad.
I was actually talking to my buddy John about it this week, that I saw that video and that Canadians actually pay a lot more for healthcare. And he's like, yeah, because it's like if I just eat cheeseburgers and chain smoke and you work out and exercise and are fit and healthy, you're paying for my multiple heart attacks and shit like that. But I'm not paying for you because you're not even going to the doctor. You're not going to the hospital. It's like, I'm like, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, no, and we already have part of that in our healthcare system.
Yeah.
Like a bunch. Because fucking, I mean, they already do this. Like the insurance companies, the reason we spend so much money on insurance is just to cover all the old fucking people. Because we have to be paying for their fucking shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit. 'Cause the way they do it in America is actually pretty fucking gay. And I wish people more like Republicans would look at this and be like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, but they are. A lot of people are like, all of it's bullshit. Is when I went in for my fucking... This is how they cover fucking old people. Is they're covering old people more and they're making young people fucking pay for it.
Well, when you're old, then the young people will pay for it, and then when they're old, the young people will pay for it.
I know, but this is how they're doing it in America, which is very similar. You know, someone's got to pay the fucking bill. You know what I mean? Like that's who fucking, and it ends up being young people, people that have health insurance. Because when I went into the ER, and I have my fucking, it was all brand new to me. I didn't know any of this shit worked. I had insurance, but I didn't fucking, I don't know. It was like copays. Like, here, take this. So I go to the ER, and they have a max deductible that you have to reach for that. Mine was $3,000. So,
Okay.
which is, I didn't really think about it till it happened. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. So I was in the hospital for 3 fucking days, and it came out to $3,000, $1,000 a day for me to be there, and fucking, and then I get out and they're like, yo, it's $3,000. I'm like, I have insurance. What do you mean I owe you $3,000? And they're like, no, well, your deductible for the year is $3,000. I'm like, well, so what does my insurance cover? They're like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, no, you've met your deductible now for the year, so you're good for the rest of the year. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be going to the fucking hospital for the rest of the year. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why do I owe $3,000? They're like, well, that was your deductible. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And then I started getting into it. It was just like, oh, the deductible is only for fucking old people or fat people that are in the hospital every month. And then they meet their $3,000 deductible. And then, yeah, now they have $75,000 covered for the rest of the fucking year. Who's going to use that? Only old fat fucking people are going to use that shit. Like, I'm not going to use that shit. Like, once you get into families, it gets a little bit better. I was pissed. I was like, this is bullshit. You know how much money I pay for fucking healthcare out of each fucking... Fuck that. Why am I paying for fucking healthcare? Like, the amount I've paid for the last 5 years, and I've only needed it for that one fucking year, is way more than $3,000 fucking dollars. I was pissed. I was fucking pissed.
And I saw another TikTok of this black guy who, and this is like an old hacky joke now, but he's like, if I'm paying car insurance, $200 a month, and then I get in a wreck, like, and now you want me to pay my deductible? How about you fucking deduct it from what I've been paying you for 10 years with no accident? And that's the old Chris Rock thing of just like, if I pay insurance and I don't get in a wreck, shouldn't I get the money back? Like that whole thing. But hey, if Canadians are spending $1,000 for what we would pay $100 for, and it's the law that they have to pay it, then I'm starting to rethink this whole goddamn healthcare thing. I don't think it's a very good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with. I still think we're doing it right. Everything needs to be fucking,
That's what I'm saying.
private. Everything needs to be privatized.
Right.
We don't need social systems getting into. They just fuck. All they do is fuck shit up.
No, you need options. Because like, say I have healthcare through my work, that just makes it easy. I think if I wanted to, say I thought that they were fucking me over, then I could say to them, hey, fuck you, I don't want your healthcare. I can go somewhere else and get my own healthcare. You got to be able to do that. If you can't do that, then you're fucked.
You can do that.
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
You can do that.
I know. It needs to stay that way. Because if you can't do that, then that's fucked up.
Okay. I was like...
You need options.
An option. You don't have to go with your fucking company-provided healthcare.
No, I think it just makes it easier and maybe cheaper, but still...
It does, because
if
you usually have a
feel like you're
person-
being fucked over, you need to be able to say fuck you and go take your business elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually it is easier because you'll have someone in your company that's like a rep that like deal, or like, a person that deals with that company, and then everything does get done easier. You don't have to do all this paperwork, blah, 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 blah. But, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Another quick story out of Oregon. This week or last week sometime, I didn't look at the actual date, but it was within this last week. So I don't know how much time you've spent on the coast, but they have tsunami alarms that go off. It's a big deal. Tsunami training. Like I grew up in Lincoln City, and so it was part of like, as a little kid, you would do your fucking your earthquake drills where everyone like gets under the desk and shit. You ever do that in school?
No.
Like, we do that. We do earthquake drills where they would like the alarm would go off in the school, and then everyone would have to fucking get under their desk and shit like that. And they do all these training, but they'd also do tsunami drills because on Lincoln City, if a tsunami came, everyone on that front coast is gonna get fucked up. So you want to get up ground, so they would go over drills like that. Well, then they have tsunami like sirens that go off like woo. You know what I mean? And it's telling everyone there's a fucking tsunami coming, like, get the fuck out, like, and get to high ground. Like, and so this last week in Newport, I don't remember what town it was in. They fucking lit the siren off, and fucking So everyone thought a fucking tsunami was coming in. They're like, fuck, tsunami is coming. Well, it was a big fucking misunderstanding.
Uh-huh.
It was high wind warning. And they let the fucking signal out. Well, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Because
No.
a high wind warning means you need to get inside for fucking fear of falling trees and fucking branches coming across the road. Well, some
Right.
fucking dumbass that has to do with the fucking, signaling system was like, oh, we'll just let the tsunami system, sound system go off.
Yeah.
And so they did that. So then a bunch of people go outside and fucking start going to high ground when there's a fucking high wind warning going on. Yeah, it was a big deal. And everyone's like, you
Jesus.
fucking idiot. You dumb son of a bitch, whoever lit that fucking alarm off.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago that in Hawaii they did the signals of bombing, of like attack, we're under attack. Somehow it was like text messages went out or something like that, and like my cousin and her now husband were there at the time, and it was like a super fucked up thing to do, and it was a complete accident. Like someone sat on the button, the big red button, because in Hawaii you can't do that because there's people there that have like PTSD or whatever of a fucking bombing. You can't just let out the text message of being like, we're about to be bombed, and it was a complete accident. Fucking people.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like the worst state to do it in. You can't do that. I get that it was 60 or 80 years ago, but it resonates with people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. Toboggan in Canada. We got a script. You want to do that?
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Dude, you know what we got to work on? Fuck. I'll do that at the end of the episode.
What?
Whenever you turn your computer screen on, your face gets fucking bright as fuck.
I know, because it's
That's-
white. Because yeah.
I know. Can you like turn? Not, you don't have to do it now, but in the future, can you like turn down the brightness of your screen so it doesn't fucking?
Yeah. I
Just
probably could
sorry.
do that.
If I don't say it now, I'm gonna fucking forget all about it, and
Okay.
I'll never bring that up.
I'll write it down.
So we're gonna do a very famous dialogue between Cheech and Sir Chong, which I guess Ship Panther here has never seen this, right? Isn't that what you said?
I don't remember. I can't remember it.
Which blows me away.
Sorry.
I can't believe this. So you're gonna be Chong, right? And I'm gonna be Cheech.
Okay.
Before we start, this may be behind the scenes talk that we should have later, but I think we should have it on the show. I think we should do this as a YouTube like skit. We've been kind of throwing ideas around like this. Is aside from the podcast show, I think we should green screen ourselves
Uh-huh.
and then do one of these, and then you send me yours, and I'll fucking edit us and make it look like we're sitting in a car. Because I'm sure I can find video of a car, or I could just go do it myself. You know what I mean? Just go set my camera up in my car
Yeah.
and drive or whatever, and then dub us in so it looks like we're both sitting in a car with the car like moving, like they do in TV.
Yeah.
And then we could do famous. This would be like the ideal one to do, but we could do
Okay.
like famous car scenes. We could do like the Pulp Fiction one, like the fucking Royale with cheese. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like
that's
that
a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we should do this. We should do a little mini series on YouTube of us doing car skits,
Okay.
and then we'll dub them in. I need to get a green. You have a green screen?
I had one. I gave it away. All you
We'll
need
have
is
to
a
work on
blank.
it.
All you need is a green sheet. You just buy a
Yeah.
green sheet.
So we need to get that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, are you ready to go?
I
This
think
is
so.
This is Up in Smoke. I can't believe you've never seen this. So you're hitchhiking, by the way, if you didn't understand this.
Okay.
And I'm driving down the street. Hey, Double Bubble! Come on, baby! I'll give you a ride. Yeah, bend over. I'll drive you home, baby. Hey, you ain't a chick, man.
Yeah, I know. But listen, that's the only way I can get anybody to stop, man.
Hey, that's false advertising, man.
Yeah, I know, but listen. I slept in a ditch last night, man. I almost froze my balls off, man.
I didn't even think you had any, man. I wouldn't even have stopped.
Oh, wow. Hey, I really like your car, man.
You do?
Wow, did you do this yourself?
Yeah, I customized it myself, man.
Wow, it looks fantastic, man.
Yes, it does. Well, I'll give you a ride. Come on, let's go.
Okay, just a minute, man. I gotta get my stuff.
Okay, well, hurry up, y'all. I got a lot of things to do.
Shit.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, just a minute, man. I got a few more things I gotta get, okay? I'll be right back. Just a minute.
Hurry up, man. Where you going? Move in, man. Put her in first gear. Here we go. Hey, second gear. Hey, third gear. Here we go. Hey, how far you going, man?
Right here would be fine, man.
Oh, you ain't scared of a little speed, are you, man?
Oh, you got some speed, man?
Speed. Oh, no, I ain't got no speed, man. You know what I do got, though, man? I got this joint, man.
Oh, wow. All right. Come on. Light it up. Let's get Chinese eyes, man. Hey, what kind of joint is this, man?
It's a heavy-duty joint, man.
Looks like a toothpick, man.
No, that ain't no toothpick, man.
No, hey, it is a toothpick, man.
No, hey. No, man, it's a toothpick. I must have got it in the other pocket, man. Hold on, man. I got this shit right here. That's my dick. Hey, there we go, man. Light that sucker up. We'll go to the moon.
Hey, jeez, I hope your dick's bigger than this, man.
Hey, man, you want to get out and walk?
Hey, you want to get high, man?
Does Howdy Doody got one balls, man?
I got a joint here, man. I've been saving for a special occasion.
Go on, fire it up.
Hey, I hope the drums don't mess up your upholstery, man.
No, I'm in the band too, man.
Oh, are you?
I'm the lead singer, man.
Wow, that's hip, man.
Yeah, we play everything from like Santana to El Chicano, man. You know, like everything. And I'm just like a love machine. And I don't work for nobody but you. No, I'm just a love machine. And I don't work for nobody but you. A woman when my temperature rise. And then it go for her thighs. And I see guacamole in my shoe. Guacamole in my shoe. Is that a joint, man? Look like a quarter pounder, man. Some Led Zeppelin, man.
Hey, be careful with that shit, man. What, is it heavy stuff, man?
Will blow me away.
Better put your seatbelt on, man. I'll tell you that much.
Shit, I've been smoking since I was born, man. I can smoke anything, man. Like I smoked the Machoco, man, Acapulco Gold, man. I even smoked that Tide stick, you know?
Tide stick?
Yeah, you know, that stuff is tied to a stick.
Oh, tie stick.
Yeah, that didn't do nothing to me, man. I could probably smoke this whole joint and still walk away, man. I would be no problem at all, man.
Toke it up, man.
Dude, that's...
Kind of grabs you by the boo-boo, don't it?
Hey, man.
What?
Hey, what's in this shit, man?
Mostly Maui Wowie, man.
Yeah?
But it's got some Labrador in it.
What's Labrador?
Is dog shit.
What?
Yeah, my dog ate my stash, man. Had it on the table, and the little motherfucker ate it, man.
Yeah?
So I had to follow him around with a little baggie for 3 days before I got it back. Really blew the dog's mind.
You mean we're smoking dog shit, man?
Gets you high, don't it? I think it's even better than before, you know?
Damn, I wonder what Great Dane tastes like, man. Wow. That's some heavy shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
Oh, shit. Goddamn. What was in that shit, man? Never had a little dope like that before in my life, man. It's the heaviest shit I ever smoked, man. I mean, I smoked a lot of shit before, man, but goddamn, that's some heavy shit.
You okay?
I can't breathe, man.
What's the matter?
I can't breathe, man.
Well, here. Hey, man. Hey, I got something that will mellow you out, man. You're just freaking out. Here.
I ain't never smoked shit like that before.
Take these, man. Take these.
What?
This will mellow you out, man.
Ah, what's this, man? What's this?
Just take them, man. Hey, don't take those, man.
What?
I almost gave you the wrong shit, man.
I scrolled down. I lost it. God damn it. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, I don't take those, man. What? I almost gave you. Hey, man, I already took them, man. What do you mean?
Wow, man.
Hey, what was that shit, man?
You just ate the most acid I've ever seen anybody eat in my life.
Hey, man, I ain't never eat no acid before, man.
Jeez, I hope you're not busy for about a month.
Shit, I'm gonna die, man. That stuff gonna make me die, man.
Oh, man, no. That's good acid, man.
Hey, man, I even know I had it before, man.
It won't hurt you, man.
It's gonna make me freak out, man. I seen those guys. They walk around my neighborhood that with too much acid, man. Oh, dude, their head looking like a pumpkin like that, man.
No, you're okay. Mellow out. Relax, man. Hey, mellow out, man. Now just go,
What?
Do it, man.
Oh shit.
Mellow.
Yeah.
You better now, man?
Yeah.
You mellow?
Yeah.
Feel all right, huh?
Yeah.
Booyah!
What are you doing, man?
Sometimes that helps, man. Hey, listen. Can we get off this street, man? Listen, we're parked in a bad spot.
That's some heavy shit, man.
The cops just went by, man. Hey, they're right. Man, we're being pulled over, man.
It's heavy, man.
Hey, it's the cops. They're coming, man.
It's cool, man. I ain't never had it before, man. I didn't think it was gonna be like this, man. Bam.
Good work.
You didn't like that one?
I liked it. I think I didn't do very good, but now I feel like I'm high. Jesus Christ.
I'm glad you did the Chong one. I knew it when we talked about it. I'm like, you gotta do Chong because he's just, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cheech gets all worked up through the whole fucking thing. Is that Cheech and Chong up in smoke?
Gee, man.
I thought that was pretty fun.
That was good. So I have a list of 10 things men shouldn't do after age 30.
Do it.
Okay, this is from mensxp.com. 10 things. See, here's the thing. This is what I was supposed to set up before. I'm turning 30 this year, and it's, I'm not looking forward to it. Okay? It's too much. It's just too much. Take me back. But this is a list of 10 things men shouldn't do after 30. Okay? Number 1 on the list, borrow money from your parents. Okay? Shouldn't do that after 30. Actually, a lot of these are money related. So, number 1, borrow money from your parents. Shouldn't do it. I agree with that. You shouldn't do it. Number 2, let your underpants show above your jeans. All right. I'm not agreeing with that shit. Look, I was born in 1991, okay? You got to have it a little bit. I'm not agreeing with this conservative agenda here of what they're trying to say. Okay? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. 30.
You're on board?
You gotta stop that shit. Yeah.
Okay, you're on board.
I stopped showing my underwear probably 4 years ago.
You got to keep a little hood. You got to keep it a little ghetto.
No, you gotta grow up a little bit.
Okay,
Start wearing running shoes. Fucking athletic shoes. Gotta
what?
get I don't know, like get rid of
We're
the skater
Jordans.
shoes. those are still Jordans are a weird one because they're like, I don't know, they're not they're running shoes, I guess you could call them, but they're like punk running shoes. You know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't wear Jordans. I don't know. Yeah, I disagree. Jordans are like, they're punk looking, whereas like a pair of Nikes is like classier looking. Like,
Okay.
I'm sorry I offended you in your Jordans.
Okay. You're on board with them so far. Number 3, you're going to be on board with this. Number 3, let your girlfriend pay. Okay. I'm on board with that.
Don't like wait. Things you shouldn't do after 30 is let your girlfriend
pay. Yeah.
I guess, but at a certain point, all your money is the same amount of money, so it's fucking.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, it says but let your girlfriend pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. You shouldn't. That's day one shit. At 18,
Right.
you don't let your girl pay ever.
Right.
Girls don't pay.
Number 4, let your girlfriend drop you home. I'm definitely on board with that. Of course, it's like not like your car broke down or something like that, but it's like
Same concept. It's like the paying, like you're.
Yeah. It's like if you guys are going out to dinner, she shouldn't be driving you home. I'm with that.
Yep.
Number 5, put up posters of your favorite stars on your bedroom wall.
Oh yeah, so dumb, bro.
No, I'm against that. So I got 2 strikes on them now because that's bullshit.
That's childish. No, if you walk into your house and you have that fucking, who is that guy? The college shirt, the fucking from Animal House or from fucking Animal House or whatever. That famous poster everyone has, like, fucking what's the guy's name? The 2 brothers, one of them died fucking from cocaine overdose. The comedian.
Yeah.
Who am I talking about? Saturday Night Live.
I know who you're talking about.
That poster, or the fucking Scarface poster.
John Belushi.
Yeah, John Belushi.
Yeah.
Or the Scarface poster, or any of that, fucking so dumb. Tear that shit down. Go fucking. You could put that in your shop, maybe you can go put that in your shop, but in your house, no, does not belong in your house.
No,
It does
it
not belong
belongs
in your
in your
living
house.
room or your bedroom. Does not belong there. Maybe if you have an office or a man cave type thing, maybe, but that is not. No, absolutely not. Agree with that.
Well,
take your fucking posters down. You're not a child.
I disagree with that because I'm keeping
Grow
them
up.
up. I'm keeping them up. 6, get obsessed with video games.
I agree with it. I do agree with it. I'm not happy with myself. I just do it
You just play Rocket League and League of Legends
excessively.
excessively.
Yeah, I don't agree with. I agree with them. I shouldn't be doing
Right.
this.
Okay.
I'm not happy with myself. I don't go to bed and I'm like, God damn it, I'm happy. I just played 3 hours of video games.
Okay. Number 7, wait for the next paycheck to make ends meet. Yeah, I'll agree with that. You know, it's easier said than done for some. It's it's a struggle for a lot of people. But if you're in your 30s, maybe you shouldn't be waiting for the next paycheck to make ends meet.
Yep.
Number 8, financially insecure. You shouldn't be financially insecure. That's just another money one. I think maybe that's just like you shouldn't blow money on stuff. Maybe you should like be smart about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I just bought a tiger or something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I think that's what.
I think that phrase. I don't know. That phrase is just weird. Like financially insecure.
Insecure.
It makes in my head. I just hear like I just imagine someone just like they pull a dollar out and someone looks at it and they're like,
Right.
I don't know. I think that's just what I think of. Like,
Yeah, that's
being
weird.
Insecure, financially insecure.
Number 9, be unaware of social and political issues around you. I guess I agree with that. I was thinking about that one. I guess I agree with it. Be unaware of social and political issues.
You shouldn't be, so you should be aware of what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. Okay, I've lost the strike.
Yeah, okay.
I'm more social, but political. Those are like 2 different topics. Like,
But like be
Right?
aware, you should be aware of shit. Not be like completely disconnected like, "Wait, what? There's an election today?"
yeah, but I just mean the difference in the social and the fucking political. Like, right?
Right.
Like, you can be
Well,
adult as fuck and you know all about what's going on politically, but you don't fucking understand what TikTok is.
Right. Okay.
Right?
No,
But that
I think
technically would be
social would be like, I don't know, like gay marriage or trans rights or something.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
And then 10 is just live recklessly. Should not live recklessly.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
No,
like
I
fucking
hear you yakking.
drunk driving, chopping lines on the dashboard, fucking doing 90. You're 34,
yeah.
bro. Like, you're 34. You shouldn't be doing that anymore. That's a young man's game.
We cut that out of the last episode. I don't know why you're bringing it up on this episode, okay? why are you bringing that on me, okay? Now we have to cut this out of this episode.
Yeah, live recklessly. Oh, yeah, okay. Now I remember. You shouldn't live recklessly after you're 30.
Okay.
I agree. I just don't agree with the underpants on the jeans and the posters on the bedroom wall.
I totally agree with that. Probably the highest I agree with that shit is stop making your house look like a fucking pigsty.
Okay. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, all right. Get used to the single life. At 35, if a girl comes over to your house at 35 and sees that fucking Scarface poster on, yeah, you're lucky if you're gonna get laid that night, but you're not getting laid a second night.
Okay, okay, that's what you just said there makes sense to me, I guess. That sounds about right.
Yeah. If
But
I was a
still.
girl and I was dating a 30-year-old dude and he had a fucking poster up on his wall, I'd be like, yep, never mind. Ain't doing this shit.
Damn it. Son
Ain't
of a
doing
bitch.
this shit.
Fuck. I got to start rethinking some stuff.
Yeah,
Redecorating.
if he had his pants around his butt and wearing Jordans too, I'd be like, yep, done. Done with this shit.
Just waiting for payday. We can go
Waiting for payday. Yeah. Can we wait till the 15th, please?
Okay.
Boom. My daddy's out of shit. Daddy blew through all his shit.
All I have is last is an Ask Beeves, but it's a weird one.
Okay. We can either end it or do it. We're at hour 42, which I'm
Okay,
happy
we'll do
either
it.
way.
We'll do it, but it's a weird one.
Okay.
Okay, dear Ask Beeves, I recently helped one of my neighbors to leave her emotionally abusive / narcissistic husband. He still lives nearby and sometimes joins a social distance happy hour on the block. The others don't know about his horrible mistreatment of his wife. My secret desire is to out him as an abuser. I want to enjoy the social hour, but hate being around him, so what's the best way to handle this?
So, I'm confused. She feels like if she outs him to all these people, then she can't show her face around the social gathering anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like, what's she worried about?
Well, it's her friend's ex-husband. So maybe she feels it's not her place to be telling her friend's business. You know what I mean? Her secret desire is to out him and be like, this is what he did to her. But she wants to still hang out with
I
her
don't know
friends.
what the right thing to do would be. I know if it was me, like let's say it was my girl came up to me and she's like, I want to tell this group of people that this guy's a fucking piece of shit, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, no, you're going to keep quiet because it's just unnecessary drama and this has nothing to do with us. Fuck that guy. Let's go about our own lives and not get involved. If no one's at danger right now, it's not our fucking deal to go fix the world. That's what I would say if it was my girl. But if you're in fear of him like doing this to someone else, or I don't know. I just think you're inviting bullshit into your life that you really don't need to be inviting into your life. I don't know. Sounds like you're just doing it to spite this person, not to do any like good. So I would say it's not worth it to do anything, and you need to just focus on other shit and go about your life. There's my advice.
People just want to turn their life into a reality show.
Yeah, they just want some drama in their life, and I'm all about like, let's just cancel the drama. Like I get really angry when people invite like do unnecessary things just to start drama, to start issues when there doesn't need to be. It doesn't affect us. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect you. Let's not get involved in the neighbor's life. I don't give a shit. Like, fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck her.
Just stir it up.
She's like, it's my best friend though. I'd be like, are they still together? Is she getting beat? If she's getting beat, then fucking, I don't know. Then tell your fucking girlfriend to break up with him. Like, why are we telling all the other neighbors about this shit? Like, let them fucking figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. Like, just fucking.
Okay. You want to know what Amy said?
I do want to know what Amy said.
She said, a true narcissist will want to provoke a response from you and then will blame and bully you into being on the defensive, and you won't even realize it while it's happening. The encounter will only start to make sense to you later when you deconstruct the dynamic. The decision to out this person to others who know him should be made by his former wife. If you did this too soon in her process, you might unwittingly invite him back into her circle, giving him an excuse or rationale for contacting and trying to manipulate her because you, her friend, had been mean, unfair, or had embarrassed him in front of others.
Boom. I think I nailed it on the head there.
Right.
A little less words, a little fewer words.
Right. That's weird, because if he is a true narcissist, then he'd be happy that all of a sudden all the talk is about him or something like that. You'd be feeding into it maybe or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going a different way. I was going more of a selfish, way.
Oh.
Not to do what's right, just to do what's less. Take the path of least resistance here. Like,
Right. Yeah, don't get involved. I like that too. All right, buddy, I'm out.
Okay, guys, episode 38 in the books. We love you guys. Hope you have a good one. Stay safe out there. Don't go storming any buildings. Don't paint your face. Stay off Twitter. Love you guys. Have a good one.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7. 'Cause when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you. Ooh, you catch me like a leaf falling from a tree. If I'll be a shooting star, you make a wish. No, I don't fake this kind of feeling. Never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do. I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good. When I wake up in the morning and I see your face, I'm becoming blind by your dazzling grace. What a beautiful feeling to be close to you. There's nothing else I wanna do. Ooh, and from the fields of flowers you chose to pick me. You're spreading sugar on my misery. And I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do. I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good. true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day was fun.